I am going to talk about what to look for when determining if something is a restaurant balance sheet and important things that stand out about it when deciphering between different kinds of organizations. So, a big thing to look for when determining, hey, is this a restaurant, is to look at property, fixtures, and equipment. This line down here, it's a long-term asset, but it should generally be a very high number in restaurants. And it is a high number because if a restaurant is owned and operated, of course they will be paying for that land. But at the same time, they need to stock the whole kitchen. So they're going to be reporting everything from all of the kitchen appliances and the furniture, everything inside that keeps the restaurant moving. And so that's going to be a very, very high number in restaurants. Another thing to notice is they will have a moderate sized inventory, kind of depending on what type of restaurant it is. Jamba Juice is a pretty fresh establishment, so they're not going to have a huge inventory in comparison to some of their other categories of assets, but they will because they have a quick turnover. But things such as fancy restaurants that have really big wine cellars or something, their inventory will be reported at a much, much higher number. But it's important to say the fact they have a moderate-sized inventory because that is where they will be drawing all of their ingredients and packaging materials from. All restaurants will also have some cash and cash equivalents on hand. It's not going to be a huge number. Jamba Juice actually does have a lot comparatively to some other restaurants. But that is for cash transactions. And since restaurants pretty much, or since Jamba Juice is such a small and pretty affordable place, more people will be paying with cash. So that is another reason that could be why they have a higher amount of cash on hand than some other kinds of restaurant establishments. Another thing to look for is down here, stockholders' equity. So that's important because people are able to buy stock in the company, and so restaurants, more than a lot of other companies or organizations, have large amount of investors and people that will buy stock in their restaurants. So this is another important line to look at, and especially Jamba Juice being such a well-established restaurant chain, they will have a high number of people investing in them because they have proven themselves to grow and be a trustworthy operation. So if that answers some questions about determining if a balance sheet is from a restaurant.